What's going on, viewers? So we back with another video, and as always, we are here to talk about the ticker symbol SPY. And on the SPY, as you can see that we are down at a level that we seen on Friday. So the market is getting pretty volatile. It's getting pretty hectic, and the reason why I say that is because of your president. Man, he is out here going crazy with the news. So he's our president, but he's out here going crazy with the news. And I'm going to show you exactly how to mark up your charts. I'm not doing anything but marking up the charts, and then I'll show you my levels as well for what I had set up for Friday. If you just would have followed what I said on any of my social media on X or on Instagram, which is ChartGeek1, then you would know that everything that I said transpired. So I'm going to show you how I mark out my charts. I always go to the 1 hour or the 4 hour to mark my big levels. So here's how I do it. I find levels of support and resistance. Right here, I'm only going to mark the top of the red candle, which is on this one here. And I'm not going to get like directly on the numbers, but I'm just showing you how I mark up my charts. I'm actually going to take another box here, and I'm going to mark the bottom of this because this is the 4 hour. Mark the bottom of that green candle. Now, if I scale down to the 1 hour, you can see that once I do that, I can kind of scale it back in. So we had a little bit of push to the upside, but if I'm looking for how I teach you, I'm looking for this, right? Came to the upside. We were looking for it to come down and a continuation back up to the upside. That's not what we got. We got a push back to the downside, which is a rejection. So we had some pushback to the upside, but now we're sitting right here at this level. What we're looking for is, it could be a bounce at this level. The only reason why I say there will be a bounce at this level is because if we go back to the 4 hour, we're just going to scale all the way out. You can see where this green line is, which is the red one. Now the dotted line. You can see we had a pop up at that level. We try to push below over here, had a pop up. And once we got above this level here, we had a push up to the upside here. So they're buyers. Buyers are definitely sitting at this level. If buyers don't step in, then we are definitely going to push down here to the 643 range, and we may continue to the 640 range. And then if we pass that 640, we are going to come to this level of support in this area here. So it can range anywhere between 635 all the way down to 633.06, somewhere around there. So it can get real brutal tomorrow, just depending on where you want to be. If it goes past this level here, which again is a low of 634.92, we can get a pop at that level or continue to the downside. So it's all about the structure of the market and what it's going to give us. But this is a level of interest to where we can bounce back up to that upside, and you can do an option call and hold it all the way, up back into the 695 range, or you can wait till it bottoms out and give you a break of structure. And a break of structure is going to be it doing exactly what we just spoke about, which was testing this level here, and then we get a break to the upside, a retest on the bottom side, continuation to the upside, and it'll just keep going like this. Entry level here, and you just hold it. If you want to hold it for forever, you can do that until it reaches a new high or it reaches the previous high, and then see what the market is going to do for you. Or you can ride it back up here to the 674 range and get out, see if it's going to push back down here like this. If not, take that trade to the upside. My levels for Friday, which I'm going to mark them out and just show you exactly what happened. So I had a target of it being 661.17 to 662.10 to return to 667.90. If we push down below 655.94, which I'm going to just put this here, we're going to change it. 655, 655.94. That was my one level. And if we got below 655.94, then we could see a push to 654.95. So now we see that 654.95, and if we break 654.95, if it didn't hold, then we were targeting 648.98. So we're gonna put that there, and then we're just gonna change this here to 98. So as you can see, once we got below this level, we had a push to that downside. If I scale to the 1 hour, you can see that these zones were definitely marked. Now, if I was at this level, how I mark out my levels is here. This is what I would have done. I would have targeted these, the top of these bottom of these, the top of the candles, but the top of the wick is where I put my boxes. As you can see, it rejected out of that box and came right back down. Well, out of that zone is what I'll say. But once we broke the 655.94 level, and then we broke the 654.95 level, we continue to the downside. Let's go to the 5 minute, so it'll look even better for you. So the market opened right here at 6:30. You can see we had a push to the downside. We had a retest of the box that I marked out on the previous candles over here. This was my retest. If it would have broke to the upside, we would have got something similar to this. Boom, boom, and then we would have went back to the upside to target these highs. But that's not what happened. We rejected off of this level here and got a push to the downside, which, remember I said 654.95 was my level of entry. So we broke that 655. We closed below this support system here. This was a support. We closed below that in this candle, and this could have been your indication to take it to the downside. Now, if you would have set your stop loss up here, you would have been able to ride this all the way down all day and got out at the end of the day, basically. This wasn't really end of the day, 30 minutes, 25 minutes before market close. So once you had a reverse candle like this, that's when you want to get out if you weren't going to hold it all night. But you can see that over here, and this is all overnight and pre-market right now. So these are extended hours. As you can see, it looks like it's giving us an indication it wants to continue down, but you got to be cautious, because I'm just going to take this and mark this like this. If it does not break below 644.72 and give you a retest down here, back up, and then another continuation to the downside, then I wouldn't really worry too much about it. But this is a level where it can pop back up. As you can see, we had a level of interest here that popped there. And again, we looked at the previous that showed you we had levels that, were a break to the upside. So we just had a big gap down. So the market is getting kind of crazy. Everything that the president says definitely gives some type of movement to the market in a good or a bad way. So I pretty much talk about SPY every single day, or I try to do every other day. If you follow any of my social media, Chart Geek 1, you will see that most of the levels that I speak about, they are hit about 80 to 85% of the time. And you just have to know and understand how to trade it, have discipline, be determined, and protect your capital. Focus on risk management, focus on being in the right mood, and understanding who you are as a person. Once you understand who you are as a person, trading becomes a lot easier. Me, myself, I gave up a lot of things. I gave my life to Christ. I gave up smoking. I did a lot of things to get on this path because I needed to understand who I was as an individual, and it's made me a better individual as well. So if you're new to the channel and you're new to trading, it's okay. We all have to start somewhere. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel or share this video to someone that may be just starting off in trading or wanting to know how to trade. But from here on out, I will be trading and having videos go up of my trade, and if I hit the trade or if I lost the trade, no matter what, I'm going to be transparent, and I am going to post it so that everybody sees exactly how the market moves, how fast it moves, and what can happen if you decide to come into this opportunity. So I'll be back with y'all soon. Hopefully y'all have an incredible day, incredible night, whatever time you're watching this. But if you have any questions, leave them down there in the comment section.